This week in the parish of bourses and market structure, we're celebrating a decade of AFEX and some marvellous results across parish firms. But there's a wave of sadness in the world of exchanges as we mourn the best turnaround team in the history of the bourse business. My name is Patrick L. Young. Welcome to the Bourse Business Weekly Digest. It's the Exchange Invest Weekly Podcast, episode 268. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very brief reduction of highlights amongst the key headlines in the world of market structure. All the analysis of the many events and happenings from the past 7 days can be found in Exchange Invest Daily Subscriber Newsletter, the unique guide to the bourse business sent daily to your inbox. More details at exchangeinvest.com. And we start on a very, very sad note. Valley Sir Brian Williamson, a man on the cusp of our now modern world of exchanges and the deep analogia of a past which now seems so distant. It was a joy. Brian maintained the mannerisms, decorum and dress code more akin to his early experience working in and around the Harold Macmillan Conservative administration. However, relying on a gentleman's appearance to project his views proved disastrously wrong for many who thought Brian was just another posh boy on this city. Beneath the elegant suits beat the heart of a true revolutionary free marketeer and advocate of exchanges and the technology therein. You can read our full tribute to Sir Brian Williamson at exchangeinvest.com. It's free to everybody. In the end, and this is a huge abbreviation of a dramatic story, Life the Exchange survived thanks to Brian becoming executive chairman once more and continued to thrive. Brian's reputation was cemented as saviour of the market. When he left office, he was rightly knighted by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for his incredible services to the City of London and finance as a whole. R.I.P. Sir Brian Williamson. The template for a great exchange chairman was built in your image. Farewell, my friend. Similarly tragic news this week, and there's also a fuller obituary appreciation on exchangeinvest.com, which you can read free of charge. Hugh Freedberg, valet Hugh Freedberg, who had battled illness for some time. His passing in August emerged in the wake of Sir Brian Williamson's demise. Hugh was a still relatively rare creature in competitive financial markets, a highly competent manager. His South African calm demeanour was a huge contrast to Sir Brian's Anglo-Celtic charm. R.I.P. the other half of this incredible management duo. Over in BitCarnage, well, FOD, impersonating FOD. Oh, the irony of it all. No sooner has he left his prison cell than the newly free CZ is warning the temerity of it all, ladies and gentlemen, that somebody is impersonating the known felon on X Twitter. Truly a case of FOD impersonating FOD. If you enjoyed this excerpt, you may be interested to know you can read BitCarnage every day in Exchange Invest. Alternatively, if you want to follow BitCarnage, the daily update on happenings in the world of crypto and digital assets, you can find BitCarnage as a standalone on Substack. This week in exchanges, happy birthday to AFEX, the pioneering African commodities exchange, celebrating its 10th birthday. Ayodeji Balogun and team have gone further than anybody yet to achieve a pan-African commodity exchange. Here's to another incredible decade to come. Meanwhile, on the cusp of what could also be an incredible decade, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, have established CMU OmniClear. They've also signed a deal, an MOU with SIX, to unlock further cross-border investment opportunities. Fantastic developments from Hong Kong. The cash bond market opportunities via HKMA are huge, and the yield curve opportunity looks incredible for Hong Kong Exchange's ETD in due course. Exciting times for the SAR, and great work by James Falk and the HKMA team working on this project. Over in Ethiopia, they're signing partnerships as well, MOU with the Nairobi Stock Exchange and iCapital Africa Institute for Regional Financial Markets to bolster their educational propensity. Elsewhere, Nasdaq Private Market CEO said only 25 of 1,200 unicorns are actively trading on the secondaries market. I'm actually surprised that it was that many that are actively trading, although I suppose that may also depend on what your definition of actively trading is. Elsewhere, back in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong regulators, they're going to be quickening the IPO vetting process to boost the city's allure as a fundraising venue. Hooray! And Toronto Stock Exchange and B3 have signed a memorandum of understanding centred on mining and resource stock cooperation. In results this week, it's the start of the Q3 season. Some very, very interesting numbers, good growth numbers from Hong Kong exchanges, despite the fact that the Chinese bazooka really only lifted the market after the reporting period ended. These results, therefore, were at the nadir of the recent Chinese mainland market's fortunes, yet the underlying positivity shines through on all levels. Strong volumes, especially in derivatives markets, and now the power of the long march to make Connect a success is surely evident to all. Record 9-month volumes year-to-date show how Hong Kong has achieved its aim of being the gateway to the Chinese mainland, with Hong Kong exchanges the conduit for capital markets. There's vast potential to come here, and the likely future, and indeed current, expanding Connect schemes. I remain super bullish on Hong Kong. It has enormous potential at Hong Kong exchanges, and the stock has been responding in recent weeks with double-digit gains. All the rest of the week's exciting news of results were in Exchange Invest every day. You can catch that, of course. Price going up imminently to $499, ladies and gentlemen. Get in now before the price rise. If you want to understand the exchange of information and be right there with a front row seat at the water cooler of the bourse business. Thanks for listening to Exchange Invest Weekly. We welcome your feedback. You can contact me directly, patrick@derivativesvision.com, with any comments. Meanwhile, if you enjoyed this show, we would welcome you giving us a thumbs up. Or if you have time, a positive review will always be welcome, wherever you find this podcast. In new markets this week, exciting news. India will be launching its coal exchange soon, said the Coal and Mines Minister G. Kishan Reddy. Meanwhile, Exchange Invest is proud to have launched a special edition inspired by my visit to ring the closing bell of the New York Stock Exchange, July the 5th, 2024. My original, Patrick L. Young, that's me, original bestseller, Capital Market Revolution, the first breakthrough book in fintech a decade before that word held common currency, has over 10,000 new words of additional pith, placing the past quarter century in perspective alongside the original text, which has proven remarkably accurate through the years. Capital Market Revolution 25th Anniversary Edition is published by Exchange Invest, now available as an ebook via Amazon Kindle at a ludicrously reasonable price of $9.99. A quarter of the price of the original shorter print book a century ago. Don't forget also, if you like moving pictures alongside your podcast, check out our insights on the IPO-VID series. They are taking place Tuesdays 5 o'clock London, midday New York time. The IPO video live show, you can find it on YouTube and LinkedIn. Our most recent show was a fabulous one, IPO-VID 157, the Quoted Companies Agenda, with the boss of the Quoted Companies Alliance, James Ashton. And next week on Tuesday, we're going to have IPO-VID 158. We're going to be bringing art to market with our guest, Yasser Benjeloun Toimi. Join us for that. Our finance book of the week this week also is fantastic. It's a must-read. Get it into as many stockings for Christmas as you possibly can, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of people are going to enjoy this. She-Wolves, The Untold History of Woman on Wall Street by Paulina Bren is a story of, how women came from 1951 to 2001 to elbow their way into Wall Street and make such an impact as gradually a diversity agenda took place. Paulina was a captivating guest in 2 weeks ago's IPO-VID 156, She-Wolves, The Untold History of Women on Wall Street. You can catch that still on LinkedIn and YouTube by searching IPO-VID, but go get yourself a copy of She-Wolves, The Untold History of Women on Wall Street. It is a gripping read. Elsewhere this week in the parish, in products, China launching platinum palladium futures in Q1 according to the Producers' Council, at the same time as China is also supporting the listing of innovative SMEs on the Beijing Stock Exchange on the new third board. Botswana Exchange also bullish about new listings. Technology news of Vienna Prague Stock Exchange Group. They have claimed a pioneering role in securities settlement via DLT. At the same time, Nasdaq has been integrating AI to simplify and accelerate bank and insurance risk calculations. Over in regulation, not clear yet quite what it means, but the FSC, the regulator there, is going to be reviewing stock market oversight. We await the discussion documents with interest, while the FSB chair has set out the FSB's work to maintain financial stability amongst technological advancements. Very swiftly, it seems the risk in tokenization, according to FSB, concentrates on the difficulty with blockchains per se. It's an apt point. There's no need to tokenize on-chain. We can do partial ownership in much easier ways without the inflexibility of DLT. Career paths this week. Big news from India. The SEBI chief, Madhabi Buk, has been cleared in a government-led probe. She will therefore complete her tenure until February. And that leaves us, well, over with the South China Morning Post in Big World. I read recently that headline, Chinese investors sick of ailing returns see traditional Chinese medicine as a cure. Battered by the stock market and bruised by real estate, Chinese investors have turned to somewhat obscure commodities, buying and hoarding the raw products used in traditional Chinese medicine. Well, it's no fool's errand this, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently the index for Atractylodes macrophala, a flowering plant with roots used to treat digestive problems, has tripled, according to, and this is a new family index for me, elements of the Kangmei TCM Material Price Index since 2020. And on that mysterious and magnificent note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this, the EI Weekly Podcast, number 268. Join us daily via exchangeinvest.com, or if you have a new exchange you'd like built, get in touch. My name is Patrick L. Young, and I wish you a great week in life and markets.
This show relates to the business of bourses. It is not to be construed as investment advice, nor are we making any investment recommendations. Please consult an investment advisor before you make any investments, and for goodness sake, do your due diligence and do not make investments without complying with the regulations in your home state. Exchange Invest cannot be held responsible for any investment decisions made as a result of our program, which is for entertainment purposes only. The material herein is copyright Patrick L. Young at the date of publication, while our music and sound effects are sourced from copyright-free sources. Thanks for listening to Exchange Invest Weekly, the exchange of information.